aftermath of Hurricane Irma, Tzu Chi begins aid distribution in impacted Sint Maarten, a country in the Caribbean islands. A Palestinian college student is using his language skills in Turkey to help Syrian refugees alongside Tzu Chi volunteers. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. Sint Maarten, a country in the Caribbean islands, was affected by Hurricane Irma. In the aftermath of the storm, Tzu Chi volunteer Sandra Chu began disaster relief work. Despite the small number of people helping out, she was still able to give out bread and more than 1,000 bags of 10-kilogram rice.
Once the water and the electricity came back, Tzu Chi volunteer Sandra Chu begins to give out bread.
I would like to say a special thank you to the Tzu Chi Foundation and to PayPal for supplying us with food, bread every single day. Honestly, the whole Sint Maarten thanks you for this.
Tzu Chi volunteer Sandra Chu and her family, despite being disaster victims themselves, still lead other Chinese and their employees to help the affected residents. Besides bread, they also distribute more than 1,000 bags of 10-kilogram rice to the hot meal station and disaster victims near Tzu Chi office. After Hurricane Irma devastated the Caribbean islands, Sint Maarten is in need of help. The affected residents line up every day to receive aid supplies. However, since the volunteers have inspired their compassion, they're still willing to donate what they can to help other less fortunate people.
In the United States, Hurricane Harvey impacted much of the greater Houston area. A senior Tzu Chi volunteer couple in Houston, who are both in their 70s, are among those affected. After getting out of their flooded community by boat, they have been staying at a Dharma family's house, receiving much needed love.
It was when we came here that we discovered this area was flooded, and that's why we can't leave.
The street in front of their home becomes a river. This devastation has continued for many days with no solution in sight. Hurricane Harvey's catastrophic damage flooded many areas around Houston. Tzu Chi volunteer Paul Lin and his wife were only able to escape their home via a boat with the help of community members.
When I was on the boat, all I could see was water everywhere. The person who was driving the boat told us to look down at the water, and I saw a car submerged underneath.
While their home is still uninhabitable, the couple is staying at the home of another Tzu Chi volunteer.
We are friends and also Dharma family, so when trouble arises, we help each other.
After the water receded, the Lins went home to take a look.
Under this special circumstance, everyone has opened their yard gate so people can get access to their homes. It's really a rare and valuable trait. Otherwise, we can't get to our home either.
Even though they are wearing N95-grade masks, the stench of the flooding is still very strong. Yan Xiu keeps searching through her drawers looking for something.
It's fast to clear away everything, but the rebuilding will take months, maybe half a year. This is the unpredictable way life is. It's just we haven't come across it before. Living here, I thought I had control of everything, but perhaps looking at the situation from a positive way, the lesson I'm learning here is letting go.
The master says our own trouble is nothing compared to the troubles of our Dharma family. It's situations like this that can help us unite the hearts of our Dharma family. Through our actions, we let them know that Tzu Chi family will always be by their side.
Though the couple is impacted by Harvey, they still want to contribute their share to help. They pack up a few of their belongings and temporarily move into the Tzu Chi liaison office, as the Jingsu Hall is always open to those in need. 58-year-old Chen Qing promotes Tzu Chi's bamboo coin bank wherever she goes. For more than 6 years, she has collected more than 2,000 coin banks from donors. Let's take a look at how she's able to gather this much love.
She parks her motorcycle at this evening market, takes out a coin bank and raises a signboard.
Traditional markets, night markets, convenience stores, or evening markets. As long as there are crowds, we'll go there to spread love.
Wherever there are people, that's where Tzu Chi spreads love. She vowed to inspire love of 1,000 people, but she has collected over 2,000 coin bags. She gives a detailed description of every coin bag and recycles each coin bag.
So if I got 1 NT or 5 NT coins from customers, I'll drop them in there.
I am very moved, so I brought some back from my daughter-in-law, son, and daughter, and they can do it.
We used to quarrel a lot, but after she joined Tzu Chi, we don't argue that often.
After Tzu Chi started inspiring love from people, it also improved her temper. She now uses all the donations for international relief so she can share love with the world.
In Jiangsu, China, in the aftermath of a tornado, Tzu Chi built DaAi homes in Kongdang village, which were inaugurated on September 8th. Since the villagers are mostly descendants of Confucius, a ceremony to honor him was also held on that day. At the occasion, villagers also donated their filled coin banks as tokens of gratitude.
At the inauguration for Kongdang DaAi village, the villagers carry coin banks to be donated.
We want to donate these to the less fortunate to show our love.
Inside the containers are coin banks donated by the villagers. Since the tornado devastated the area, they've changed a lot.
He used to drink alcohol every day. He would begin drinking by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
With the new homes, the villagers no longer feel distressed. The new mother, Kong Yunning, just had her postpartum rest at the new home.
His name is Kong Ai Tzu, since we want to thank the charity organization. DaAi Village is built by the charity organization, therefore we are very grateful.
Hoping the descendants will always harbor gratitude, Kong Shufen has dressed up for the occasion.
You've been helping people who have been affected by disasters. Really, I want to become like you.
Love and gratitude has filled everyone's heart as they start a new chapter of their lives at Kongdang DaAi village.
In our continuing series on Turkey, today we meet Mohammed Jamal, who is originally from Palestine but now studying languages in college in Turkey. After learning about the Tzu Chi Foundation, he often volunteers at the Tzu Chi office. He has learned to take photos and videos as his biggest wish is to share Tzu Chi stories with more people.
Taking his camera, he's conducting home visitations with volunteers. He's also present at the aid distribution. This is Mohammed Jamal, a college student from Palestine who is doing language study in Turkey. After coming into contact with Tzu Chi volunteers, he has begun to help volunteers as they assist Syrian refugees.
There are a lot of wars and destruction in Palestine, but not in Turkey. Lives are being protected here.
Besides attending class, Mohammed also helps out at the Tzu Chi office. He has learned to take photos and video so he can help other documenting volunteers in recording Tzu Chi events.
I miss my family and friends every day since Palestine is very far away. Fortunately, I've got these Syrian friends here. We are like a big family.
During the renovation of the new campus for Manahal School, Mohammed slept at a construction site to protect building materials. In July, when heavy rain led to disasters in Istanbul, he also joined the volunteers in visiting refugees and documenting the visits. Learning to cherish his own blessings, Mohammed never imagined he'd live like this. Since he became a volunteer, he has learned a lot from the experiences.
أنا أريد التطوع في مؤسسة تسوجي لأنها مؤسسة تعتني بالإنسان، يعني مؤسسة تحترم الإنسان.
Tzu Chi is carrying out humanitarian work with love. I'm touched and happy to join them.
هذا كل ما نحتاجه. أنا بطبعي يعني كإنسان أريد.
Tzu Chi's spirit of helping people is amazing. I want to dedicate myself and be a Tzu Chi volunteer. Thank you.
شكرا لك.
Speaking Turkish and Arabic, which is spoken by Syrians, Mohammed can help people in communications and translations. He hopes to document Tzu Chi's loving stories and share them to inspire people's love and compassion.
Tzu Chi Teachers Association members from Selangor and Kuala Lumpur took 130 refugee children to visit Kuala Lumpur to understand various cultures in Malaysia. The volunteers hope by taking them on this field trip, it will allow the children to learn more about other religions and embrace each other's differences.
130 Myanmar refugee children came to one popular tourist site, the National Monument.
These are heroic soldiers and they died to protect Malaysia.
I saw the monument and also the statue of soldiers.
Members of Tzu Chi Teachers Association in Selangor want these refugee children to learn Malaysia's history by visiting sites. Their next stop is about religious culture.
The temple has many dragons on the roof.
We wanted to bring these refugee children to see different cultures and religions. Because they are Muslims, they didn't know there are other religions, so we brought them to see Muslims, Hindus, and Buddhists, so we can open their eyes.
These refugee children are not just sightseeing, but learning that there are different races and religions and respecting them.
Since the independence of Cambodia, more than 3,000 international NGOs have entered the country and assisted in everything from preventing human trafficking, violence against women, to poverty relief. Today we visit the NGO Field Relief Agency of Taiwan, which has helped the poor residents by offering furnaces to cremate bodies and helping many Buddhists carry out their last rites.
The vast majority of Cambodian people believe in Buddhism, and conversion to monkhood is a major event in many of these villages. Family members are happy to celebrate this moment as they celebrate conversion to Buddhist monkhood. In early February, the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia, Tonle Sap, was the location of a lively celebration. On this day, the Field Relief Agency of Taiwan celebrated a ribbon-cutting ceremony, marking completion of work on a funerary furnace. Battambang Province Commissioner and FRA founder Yang Weiling witnessed the special blessing ceremony for this furnace.
I'm Chinese, I'm from Taiwan. I've been in Cambodia for more than 20 years providing service. I've seen a lot of old people who worry they don't have a good place to go for their funeral, a place where a monk can chant and send them to meet the Buddha. I made a wish that I could help make a funeral furnace so their families can help them rest in peace.
Our news crew traveled to learn more about this special wish and learn about how locals really had a concern about their last rites. Here we traveled to a spot in this field.
We'll pour some metal to surround it like a box so that it will burn.
In this poor part of the country, people don't have many desires as they only seek honor and to have their bodies cremated. Such a request has frequently not been fulfilled because of a shortage of grass to burn them. In the dry season, there's lots of land, but in rainy season, everything is covered in water. Furthermore, the experience of one young monk still is a haunting memory.
小和尚的父亲因为火化的时候在树上火化，但是因为木材不够。
The father of a little monk was being cremated, and because there was not enough wood and a large amount of water, he was put into a tree to be burned. Half of his body was cremated before the tree broke and he fell into the lake. His failed cremation inspired this young monk to go to the temple and pray because his father couldn't afford a proper burial. He worries that his father has no way for his soul to ascend with at least half of its body still in the lake. This was what inspired him to be a monk.
因为他的父亲太可怜了，他的父亲的灵魂，他认为断一半在湖里，一半没有办法升天。盖了屋顶，可是
We couldn't use tiles to cover this roof because it would be too heavy and sink into the lake when it covered with water. But people need some shade when they come in here, so we cover it with metal sheeting.
波浪的那个新板。
Buddhist text leaves many to feel peaceful when they come here. The high visibility of this facility along with a proper furnace means that those in the area can rest assured when their final moment comes.
FRA has helped us with this furnace, which is a big help during the rainy season. Building this furnace helps with the cremation, and we need to be very grateful to them.
The funerary furnace is something the villagers are very happy about because even during the rainy season, they have a place to cremate their loved ones.
FRA has been in Cambodia for 21 years. During this time in 6 provinces and 20 rural townships and cities, it has installed 118 funerary furnaces. So far, it has helped cremate some 2,500 bodies so that all of these people can have more dignity on their final passage. Now that these individuals are passing into another realm, their families can rest assured. Help from abroad has made this trip more pleasant, allowing more people to feel at ease.
Staying in Cambodia, the assistance of international NGOs has become an indispensable part of supporting the impoverished. Next, we visit a garbage dump in Phnom Penh, where around 400 families scavenge through the garbage to survive, and see the assistance Tzu Chi has provided for these disadvantaged people.
This is the neglected corner of Cambodia's capital city, Phnom Penh.
The most dangerous thing is that the broken glass may hurt our hands. Sometimes the garbage truck from the hospital may bring needles here. I don't dare to pick them up. Now I feel itchy all over my body, and my body is dirty too.
It is at noon and the temperature is 38 Celsius. After getting the buckets of water, the residents can take a shower and do the laundry at the same time.
I'm taking a shower right now. I can also do laundry at the same time. After washing the clothes, I can wear them tomorrow and go to work.
This family of 3 live near the only garbage dump in Phnom Penh, and they scavenge for a living. More than 400 families migrated from other places just like them. For each day, they have to go from the morning shift to the night shift to scavenge. However, their 3 to 4 days of income is less than $10.
You can see that even though we have cooked rice today, we have no money to buy vegetables. We can only eat rice with soy sauce.
They make it a meal by adding pickled vegetables borrowed from their neighbors and sprinkling some MSG on the rice. Cambodia experienced severe droughts in 1994. With the assistance of local Taiwanese businessmen, Tzu Chi had been hosting disaster relief distributions for 3 consecutive years. However, this regular event was interrupted due to political turmoil in 1997. It wasn't until 2011 that Tzu Chi began to conduct such an event again. After 14 years, Tzu Chi volunteers from Singapore, Malaysia, and Cambodia once again host the rice distribution in this community.
As soon as I stepped into the water spinach village, I was shocked to see the scene. Because of the flood, local residents had to take the boat to get in and out of the village. At that time, the environment was very dirty and smelly. They had already been trapped in the floodwater for a few months.
We provided them with drinking water. They all said it was great because they needed it. The tap water coming from there was blocked.
Look at the water in that area. You may get dirty if you step into the water there.
We borrowed a venue from an abandoned factory to host a relief distribution. Prior to the distribution, both the preparation and the plan of the venue are important. This distribution was held for 2,000 some families, with more than 4,000 people participating in this event. All the volunteers had to plan carefully for this event. We helped local residents carry the rice and deliver it to their waiting area. Many on-site residents were influenced by us, and they took the vow to join us to help carry the rice. The mayor even joined our ranks.
蛮累的，不过很开心啊，棒啊！出卖劳力，感恩了。
不算庆啊，还好。
当然是幸福了，感恩了，有这个机会。
师姐，你跑第几轮了？
我不知道。
你知道这个有多重吗
？20 kg，1包。
2包搬得起吗
？2包啊！我回去再做健身，下一次就放2包。
Today I saw volunteers who come from 3 different countries, including Cambodia, Malaysia, and Singapore. Everyone worked with one heart to help out. I feel moved because all of the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters are willing to help.
The value of charity is not wasted on the people of this Buddhist country, allowing the most beautiful smile of Angkor Wat to prevail over these millennial ruins.
Tzu Chi artist volunteers recently headed to Central Taiwan's Tzu Chi Hospital to perform and spread laughter to the otherwise sedated medical facility. In total, 30 of the volunteers took the time out to entertain the hospital patrons. We'll leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.